Welcome back to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. The Biden presidency was running on autopilot and in large degree by autopen because, well, Joe Biden, he was not mentally capable of being president of the United States. The Democrats knew that since day one of his 2024 re-election campaign and, well, I would argue even during the 2020 election campaign. And he was a no-show president. We were not surprised. He was sunning himself on Rehoboth Beach in Delaware for most of his presidency and taking some, unscheduled meetings with some shady actors. And we're getting more insight into how Joe Biden was a no-show president. And it has been determined by a House Oversight Committee that many of his executive orders are invalid. And Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, has vowed to take action on this. But before we get into this story and break it down, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, the House Oversight Committee has concluded that a significant number of President Joe Biden's final executive orders, including high-stakes clemency decisions and federal policy directives, may be invalid. That's because there's no real evidence that Biden even approved them. Wow, just like we knew all along. Now, this cover-up was facilitated by very loyal senior staff, including Annie Tomasini, who is the Deputy Chief of Staff to President Biden, and Anthony Bernal, who is Chief of Staff to First Lady Jill Biden. Both of them pleaded the Fifth Amendment when asked about the details of Joe Biden's knowledge of the executive actions and policy directives that were being undertaken in his name. That's right, his real signature wasn't even put on a lot of these orders. And that's because it has been shown conclusively that many of them were signed off by autopen, and there's not a paper trail showing that Joe Biden was around or even aware of what was going on in his own nominal presidency. So this is a massive scandal, and I think that the national media has copped to it to a large degree. We saw Jake Tapper try to pretend that he didn't engage in a cover-up of this presidential scandal, one of many, I might add. And Joe Biden, well, he was a president in name only, and his executive orders and his clemency grants should be declared invalid. And the Department of Justice, well, under Pam Bondi, it is taking action and is really looking to challenge some of these executive orders, but we need cases in order to challenge them in a court of law. And I think that's coming next, but we'll see what happens with this. And we hope you weigh in with your thoughts about that. Are we going to ever see accountability? We need court cases to start rolling, and we need this challenged in a court of law, because I think that under the Constitution, the president has to be present in order for his orders to be valid legally, and that's the litmus test we're looking for. So weigh in with your own thoughts. We always appreciate hearing from you at Explain America.